Let's go Dolphins! The Miami Dolphins have just made a complete turnaround this season, and what's happening behind the scenes now could change the franchise's course for years to come. I'm not exaggerating. It's not just about a quarterback being replaced or a rookie getting a chance. We're talking about bold decisions, unexpected cuts, and a potential future QB1 emerging from the shadows, all happening in real time. Before I reveal everything, and believe me, things are going to get intense, make sure you like this now if you're a true Dolphins fan, with blue and orange blood running through your veins. And if you've been loyal to the Dolphins through all the ups and downs over the years, I want to hear your voice in the comments. Go Dolphins! My heart bleeds aqua and orange. Now, get ready, because what I'm about to tell you is just the beginning. Quinn Ewers is officially QB1 for the Miami Dolphins. That's right. On Wednesday morning, Mike McDaniel made it clear. Tua Tagovailoa is out, and the rookie from Texas is in. This move isn't just symbolic, it's strategic. Tua has been demoted to third on the depth chart, and Ewers will start the final 3 games of the season, beginning this Sunday against the Bengals. Thursday marked Quinn's first practice as the starting quarterback in Miami Gardens. Alongside him were Tua and Zach Wilson during the team walkthrough, but all eyes were on the rookie taking the reins. This change speaks volumes. It's not just about seeing what we've got in Ewers. This is about veterans, rookies, and bubble players counting on Quinn to make them look good. For guys who aren't guaranteed a roster spot next year, these 3 games mean everything. Perform now, and maybe they stay in Miami. Fail, and they could be out. The pressure is intense, but that's what makes this move so powerful. It's not just a developmental experiment, it's a battlefield audition for half this roster. Offensive coordinator Frank Smith gave us a glimpse into what to expect with Ewers at the helm. He mentioned the offense won't change drastically, maybe a wrinkle or two, but the core system remains. That said, if you look at Ewers' track record at Texas, there's one key piece Miami might start using more, the RPO. Think about it, play action fakes, quick slants to Waddle, bubbles, swing passes to Devin Achane. With the Bengals ranked dead last in the NFL in run defense, this could be the perfect matchup to unleash a more mobile, versatile offense. Greg Dulcich, Darren Waller, and the tight ends might see more targets in the flat. And if we're talking X factors, look for Jalen Wright or Alton McCaskill to get touches, especially with 2-back RPO formations that swing the ball wide to Achane with blockers. It's a bold shift, but it might be just what this offense needs to spark down the stretch. Now let's talk about the word echoing through the Dolphins facility, confidence. That's the theme this week. Defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver, Frank Smith, even Mike McDaniel all used the same word to describe Ewers. The kid is confident. Jalen Waddle said Ewers has a little bit of swag to him. And make no mistake, this is not about tanking or giving up on the season. The team genuinely believes Ewers might ignite something in these final 3 games. Could he claim the starting job heading into the offseason? Could he change the entire direction of this franchise? That's the question everyone's thinking, even if they're not saying it aloud. But it's not all good news in Miami. The injury report is stacking up heading into this Bengals matchup. Headliners Minkah Fitzpatrick and Jordan Brooks were DNPs on Wednesday, and Minkah is expected to miss the game. Rookie Kenneth Grant was limited, his first time on the injury report all season, and kicker Jason Sanders had his practice window opened, though he's still limited with a hip injury. If healthy, Miami might activate him and move on from Riley Patterson, despite Patterson's solid season. It's a tough call, but when you're paying Sanders over $3 million a year, the front office may feel obligated to put him back on the field, production or not. Defensively, Minkah's absence could be a disaster. The Dolphins will likely turn to a rookie rotation of Dante Trader Jr. and Jason Marshall Jr. in the nickel packages. But let's be honest, Marshall has been a liability. He started the season hot in camp but fell off hard. He missed 4 games with a hamstring injury and hasn't reclaimed his starting spot. When targeted, opposing QBs have completed 75% of passes with a near-perfect rating of 146.1. The Bengals would be smart to shift Jamar Chase into the slot, where Marshall would be outmatched. Without Minkah in that position, Miami is incredibly vulnerable to slot matchups, and Cincinnati could exploit that all day. And just when you thought the drama was done, Miami quietly released edge rusher Matthew Judon just minutes after announcing Ewers as the starter. Judon has been unproductive all season and was going to be inactive for Sunday anyway, but it leaves a massive hole on the edge. Anthony Weaver mentioned Cameron Good and Quentin Bell as the next men up, but let's be real, neither has done much in the NFL. Bell has 1 career sack. Good has been on the roster for years without impact. Miami's pass rush now leans even harder on Chop Robinson and Bradley Chubb. Finally, there's a sneaky move the Dolphins may be forced to make, and it has nothing to do with play on the field. Wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Akain and safety Afita Melifon will maybe benched for the rest of the season, not because of performance, but to protect a 4th-round compensatory pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The comp pick formula considers player contracts and snap counts, and if NWI plays even 20 to 25 more snaps, Miami could lose a valuable 4th-rounder. That's a top 150 selection, far more important than a receiver who has only 11 catches for under 100 yards this season. McDaniel may not care about comp picks, especially if his job isn't secure, but someone higher up in the organization absolutely should. That fourth-round pick could be crucial to rebuilding this team's depth. And this is where things get even more interesting. With Quinn Ewers stepping into the spotlight, it's not just about evaluating his arm strength or footwork, it's about evaluating whether he has the presence, decision-making, and adaptability to lead a team that's been through a roller coaster of a season. Think about the pressure he's under, stepping into a locker room filled with veterans whose contracts are about to expire, rookies trying to prove they belong, and coaches who might be coaching for their own futures. This is not just a developmental opportunity, this is a high-stakes, full-throttle audition for the most important position on the team. Mike McDaniel's decision to bench Tua Tagovailoa didn't come out of nowhere. Despite wins in recent weeks, the offense has felt flat, uninspired, and predictable in the passing game. There was a sense that even when Miami won, they weren't scaring anyone. Enter Ewers, a quarterback known for his confidence, calm demeanor under pressure, and strong RPO instincts. If he could inject life into this offense, it could shift the entire trajectory of Miami's offseason plans, including the quarterback room, coaching staff, and even the front office's long-term strategy. Let's not forget, this team was built around speed and precision. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devin Achane, this is a group that thrives in open space, on timing routes, and misdirection. Ewers, coming from a college system at Texas that leaned heavily on play action and RPOs, could actually be a better schematic fit than many people realize. If Miami leans into that, and early signs suggest they will, we could be looking at an offense that finally feels like it's playing to its strengths again. But here's the wild part. Nobody knows if Quinn Ewers is even going to be in Miami next season. He was drafted as a developmental prospect, not someone who was supposed to start meaningful games in his rookie year. Yet here we are, with 3 critical games to evaluate him, not just for the Dolphins, but for the rest of the league. If Ewers performs well, whether Miami keeps him or not, his trade value skyrockets. If he struggles, well, Miami might be headed into the offseason with no clear QB1 and more questions than answers. And the ripple effects don't stop at quarterback. The comp pick situation with Nick Westbrook-Akine and Ifeatu Melifonwu is one of those front office chess matches that could easily go unnoticed, but it's a huge deal. With NWI on the verge of hitting the snap count threshold that could wipe out a projected 4th-round pick, every snap he plays becomes a financial and strategic risk. He's done almost nothing this year, under 100 yards and no major impact, and the reward of keeping him on the field does not outweigh the potential loss of a high-value draft asset. If you're building for the future, and let's face it, the Dolphins may need to start thinking that way, you can't afford to throw away a top 150 pick just to get one more game out of a struggling receiver. It's a no-brainer. But it will take someone in the front office stepping in and saying, shut him down. The same applies to Melifonwu, although the risk there is tied to the 7th-round pick, far less significant, but still worth managing. Defensively, things are fragile. No Minkah Fitzpatrick, no Jordan Brooks, and a pass rush that just lost a major name, even if he wasn't producing. Relying on Quentin Bell and Cameron Good to step up is more of a hope than a plan. These are depth guys at best, not difference makers. The pressure falls squarely on Chop Robinson and Bradley Chubb to not just pressure Joe Burrow, but to change the game, create turnovers, force 3-and-outs, and give Ewers a short field to work with. Let's be clear, if the defense can't stop the Bengals, especially without Minkah, who's been either the best or second-best defender on this team all year, then Ewers is going to be forced into a shootout in his first NFL start. That's not a situation any rookie wants. It's not fair, but that's the reality of where this team is. And what about the future of Mike McDaniel? That's the elephant in the room. This is a coach with a dynamic mind, a strong locker room presence, and a knack for innovation. But if the Dolphins fall flat in these final 3 games, especially after benching a former top 5 pick like Tua, ownership may decide to clean house. That means everyone is being evaluated right now, not just Ewers, not just the veterans, but the coaching staff, the player development